Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to draw the development of truncated pentagonal prism. So this is our question in which a pentagonal prism of base side 30 mm and axial length 60 mm rests on its base on HP with one edge of its base inclined at 45 degree to. So one of the edge should be inclined at 45 degree to VP and is cut by a plane which is perpendicular to VP and incline at 40 degree to HP, and it is passing through a point on the axis at a distance of 30 mm from the base. Develop the remaining surface of the truncated prism. Okay, this is a pentagonal prism, 30 mm, and one edge should be at 45 degree to VP. So let's start with this one, polygon, pentagon. So we have 5 faces. We are going to use edge method. Now select the first point and I'm going to draw it like this. Now edge length is 30 mm. This is our pentagon. Now as per our condition, it is resting on HP on its base, on HP with one edge of its base 45 degree. So one edge should be at an angle of 45 degrees. So you can check. It is looking like it's an angle. It is 18 degree. And this edge is 54. This one and this one is again 54. This one should be similar to this one, 18 degree, and this is 90 degree. So no edge, none of this in this pentagon, none of the edges at an angle of 45 degree with the VP. So first I'm going to rotate it so that one of the edge should be at an angle of 45 degree. So the best way to do this is either use the vertical edge, or the horizontal one. These two edges are the simplest one, because if you select this vertical edge, I'm going to rotate this vertical edge. So then I have to provide only 45 degree rotation angle, either 45 plus 45 or minus 45, because it is the simplest thing. Similarly, if this is the horizontal one, if there is a case of horizontal edge, then it is easy to rotate that horizontal edge as compared to the already inclined one. So I'm going to rotate this edge. So now I'm rotating this pentagon with a positive 45 value. So now you can see after rotation this vertical edge is tilted to the left side. So just check the angle. So this edge is at an angle of 45 degrees. So now this position is correct as per our question. So I'm going to mark it A, then this corner is going to become B, C, D, and E. So this is a pentagon prism. So we will have this pentagon in the top view. Now from the top view I have to create our front view. So this is the center, axial height. So the axial height of the prism is 60 mm. So from the reference line you have to consider 60 mm height. Okay. Now draw the construction line from A. See, all points, all corners are you can trace them individually on the reference line because they are at an angle which makes them appears as an individual corner in the front. So now from here we can trace out our front view. See, I'm changing all the lines to main drawing. You can do this thing in the front view. This corner is visible, so this edge will be visible with a solid line. This is visible, this is visible, but these two T and E are at the back side. So instead of the solid line to represent this T and E corner or the edge connecting this point D to the top pentagon, you can use hidden lines. But here, these hidden lines or these lines are not very much matters. If you say, if you want to feel and confuse, then we can change them to the hidden lines. So these are at the back side, and these three edges are at the front side, and this is our axial height. Okay, so just mark them. So let us consider, I'm considering this pentagonal face which is at the top of the prism. So just going to mark here. So this point here represent A dash, this will represent E dash, and this will represent B dash. Here we will have first D dash, then the last one is C dash. Okay. Okay. So now what we have to do, we know we have a pentagonal prism. So similar to the square prism, this prism is made up of 5 rectangular faces, in which the width of the rectangle is 30 mm or the base edge of the pentagon, and height is axial height of the prism. This is 60 mm height and the base edge is 30 mm wide. So we have 5 faces. Each face is rectangular face, and the length and width of the rectangle, each rectangle is 60 by 30. So just going to create rectangle first, and the dimension are height, length is 30, height is 60. Again, doing the same thing. This prism is made up of 5 rectangular faces. So this one is first. So similarly, there are 4 more rectangles, because this prism is made up of 5 rectangular faces, because we have 5 edges at the bottom and 5 edges at the top. So each corner is connected to each bottom corner is connected to each top corner with a straight line. So we will have 5 rectangular faces. So we will start with this one. I'm starting with here. We will have to take the initial total surface without truncation is made up of 5 rectangles, and 5 are all of same dimensions. So just copy this thing first, make a copy, take reference point on this left point, and take it as a reference point and put it here. So 5 are connected as to edge, 3, 4, 5. So these 5s are making the lateral surface of untruncated pentagonal. Now from this we have to trace out the truncated prism, but first we need to define the truncation plane. The plane is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP. Okay, if you press perpendicular to VP, then it will appear as a straight line in the front view. Then it is passing through a point on the axis at a distance of 30 mm from the base. So from the base, it should be at the plane is passing through a point on the axis. This is the axis. So the plane is passing through this axis at a point which is at a distance of 30 mm from the base. So I'm taking this base edge, taking offset of this base edge at 30 mm. So this distance is 30. I need this intersection point, so just going to trim this first. Now I'm this passing through a point at a distance 30 mm from the base and inclined at 40 degree to HP. So the plane is passing through this point and makes 40 degree with the HP. So I'm going to make a line which is at 40 degree with the HP. So you can check the angle. This makes 40 degree with the HP, so it is good. Now just change it to the main drawing. Now this plane is passing through axis, which is at a distance of 30 mm from the base. Okay, so it is passing through the axis at a point which is at a distance 30 mm from the base. Now just extend it because it is cutting the truncating the whole prism. So just extend this line to the extreme left edge or left height, and now trim the excess part. So now you know this part is the truncated part and this is the left out part after truncation. So I'm just going to change it to the construction line so it will get easier to identify. It will get easier to identify which part is truncated and which is not. So you can see this blue line represent the truncated part and this is the remaining part. Now we have to draw the lateral surface of this truncation part. So now start with this here, again A. So I'm going to mark it. We will start with this edge AB, BC, CD. So this one here is A dash. Then we will have first one is AB edge. So next point will be B. So this is our first edge. Now second edge is BC. So next point will be C. Similarly C, then D, then DE edge, then finally we have EA edge. So first one AB, second BC, CD third, DE fourth, and EA third. Now we have to take this distance. We need to find out at what distance this is truncated. So instead of measuring this distance, what I'm gonna do from this truncated part or truncated on this point at which this edge is get trunked, create a horizontal line. This is A dash. This line represents A dash. So make a horizontal line which will intersect with this A dash line. So this is the point. Now move to the B dash. B is on this line, so this is the point from where we have to draw a horizontal line and make it intersect with B dash. Now next one is C dash. So C dash is this right extreme line. So create a line which will intersect with C dash here. Now next point is D dash. So D dash is here. Next E. As you can see, this E, it is at the back side of the body. So right now in the front view, this point represents E dash, which is at the back side. That is why hidden line. In the starting we were using hidden line. So E dash, again E is here. So this is E dash. Again, the last one is after completing the full complete rotation, it will come back to A. So I will extend this line from here to A dash. So just okay, so these are straight face bodies, so we are going to use lines to connect these edges. So first one is A is here, then B is here, then C is here, D, again E, and again A. So now you can mark them to here and here. Just going to change these straight lines to main drawing. So this is our now you can remove these lines. Okay, now so this is the the lateral surface of this truncated part. So after truncation, we have this left out part. So the lateral surface of this truncated prism is this one. You can just mark the distance here. Okay, this side is similar to this one because they have the same base. So this is our profile. So this is the lateral surface of the truncated pentagonal prism. What we have to look very seriously, or what we have to consider very carefully, is pentagonal prism is resting on its base on HP with one edge of its base inclined at 45 degrees. So one edge should be 45. Right now this edge is at 45 degree with VP. Uh, if your edge which is at 45 degree to the VP is this one or this one, this one, this one, any profile is correct as long as one edge is at 45 degree. Okay, so your profile may change from here. It can be, if you have taken this order A to B, B to C, C to D. If you take this order like a clockwise direction, from first edge will be AE, then ED, DC, then you will have a reverse profile as compared to this one. Okay, so both are correct as long as your initial condition is correct. One edge, it is given in the question, one edge should be at 45 degree to VP. In my case, this edge is at 45 degree. If in your case this edge is 45, this edge is 45, or this edge is 45. But make sure one edge should be 45 with the VP. As long as you keep the required condition correct, your profile is correct. Okay, so this is our question or solution to this question. The developed lateral surface of the truncated prism, in which one the prism is resting on one of its base edge, which is at 45 degree with the VP, and this prism is truncated by a plane which is perpendicular to VP as well as inclined at 40 degree to the HP, and it is passing through a point on axis which are at a distance of 30 mm from the base. Okay, so thank you. This is the first question of this unit development. Thank you.